I just wanted to tell you my story about how I seen some weird stuff, some fallen angels experienced. I even talked to like a couple of them. It's not what you think. They look like people, but God gave me the opportunity to talk to one of them and see one of them. First, I'll tell the story of how I was trying to quit smoking and God made me see one. Now, I've been possessed for a while now, and God wanted me to show how, and it was my spirit, I believe, that I seen physically, but my evil spirit. Anyway, they could appear as angels of light, they could look beautiful. Anyway, I was struggling with smoking, and I wanted to pray to God about it. I prayed to God to take away this temptation of smoking because I was thinking about smoking, and so I prayed. I used the Holy Spirit. I spoke in tongues, and then after a while I gave up and I gave in. So I went outside. I lit a cigarette. I must have taken only one puff, but I just lit the cigarette, and I look over down the street. I saw this guy. I thought it was just someone going home or something. But then I looked off. He looked pure black. And when he walked up to the corner of the street, he turned and faced me. And I bought the cigarette out. And then as it turned around, it had a beautiful white robe on. And it was walking away from me. And I thought in my mind, oh, I just want to run up to it and talk to it. Whoever this thing was, or this fallen angel, or it looked like something Jesus would wear. And, well, it had a nickname for me, but I'm not going to get into that. It's a long story. But anyway, while it was walking away, it said never again. And I bought out my cigarette. I knew what that meant. And then it disappeared in thin air. And I ran over to that spot at the end of the street. Just where it disappeared. And of course, it was nowhere. I went back in my house, and I was astonished of what I saw. Now I can't even smoke anymore because it's just, it would be terrible. But after that, I had trouble smoking. I still continued smoking on and off, but every time I smoked a cigarette, I felt terrible. I just couldn't do it, but I eventually quit. It's been a while since I had a cigarette. It's been like since last year. Another instance, God wanted me to see an actual angel, and I didn't understand at first, but I never told anyone this because it was kind of a short story. But he told me go speak to this woman. I was at a thrift store, and God told me that's an angel, that's a fallen angel, and she looked like ordinary like anyone. And I followed around the store because I was too shy to say hi. I followed around the store, and she noticed that I was following her, and she didn't say anything. She wasn't bothered about it. That was the awkward part. I kept saying hi to her. We had like a mini conversation, and I wanted to ask her spiritual things, but I couldn't. And I kept following her on and off, and she wasn't bothered by it, and she just went outside and had a cigarette. Anyway, that it was really brief, but God gave me another opportunity. I went, and he told me to talk to some guy at the bus stop because I was just taking a walk. I forget for whatever reason. I missed the opportunity because I was too shy because he wanted me to talk to God about him. And so the next day came. I ended up seeing him again. God told me go talk to him, to go talk to this guy. So anyway, I talked to him eventually. And talking about God. At first I thought God just wanted me to witness about God, Jesus, about him. And but before, I think the day before, he said he was an angel, but I must have slipped my mind. I started talking about a God, about him, about God, and he looked ordinary. I started talking about God, and then I thought he was human, but I felt something was off. As we were talking, I couldn't help to think. For some reason, I asked out of the blue, "Are you an angel?" And like, I know those kind of, I know those sounds kind of stupid, but and he said, "Yeah." And then he starts talking about how he fell from heaven and he had these laws in his heart. And before he had these laws in his heart, and he took it away from his heart, and he put his own commandments in. And he said he felt good about it. And he says that there are other angels that were one with each other, but we have other angels in the sky, but we don't know what they do. But we call each other the Light Gang. That's what we call each other. We're the Light Gang. And this guy's dressed in like, I don't know, sweater and a cap, and he looks like I don't know, like streetwear. At first, I thought, okay, this guy's here temporary, and he's a fallen angel, and he's gonna disappear soon. But then he told me that, oh no, I have a family. I'm like confused. Okay, what do you mean? I have a family, angels or whatever. I am a fallen angel, but we have families. I have a dad. I have a mother. And and I guess that implies they have families and they live on Earth. And I understood then, like, okay, this is tripping me out. He's saying, okay, I guess they live. I thought later that okay, they live like among us. There's some other things we talked about, um, but I don't remember. I wish I recorded the conversation. I couldn't show it anyway, but because God told me not to expose what the person looks like or sounds like. But there was another instant. God told me to go to. There's this park. He told me to walk there. I was like, okay, I'll walk there. And I think he told me that I'll see another fallen angel. There's no one around and it's dark, and I think it was like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. And I see this guy fishing. And I talked to him. I was like, okay. We started talking about aliens and stuff. And I knew right away because God told me he was an angel. Because now I'm used to it. And he starts talking about saying how Satan won. Uh, and we're talking all spiritual. And he's trying to convince me that Satan won or something. And this guy's just an ordinary guy fishing on the lake in the park. And we're talking about aliens. We're talking about like I don't know other planets and deja vu's and how it's another reality or something. And that's what he's trying to convince me. I don't know. I didn't believe it, but anyway, I saw this guy twice, and he's telling me that there was an experiment saying that a group of I forget scientists or doctors that tested out the law of attraction in their whole life like it was a big project. And you read about it online, and that whatever you think comes true, and they were testing it their whole life, and it came true, and that was the result. And we had this weird, interesting conversation. Both of these guys, I saw them like twice or something. Like they're around, they're living like in my city, and God gave me the opportunity to point out another fallen angel. And as I was walking out, he told me to go sit somewhere, and it was by a church, and you'll meet one. I was like, okay, I was like, okay, this is bizarre. Okay, I'll go sit at the steps of this church. It's a Catholic church. God, that's what God told me. So as I'm walking by and I'm listening to my music, I walk by this guy. He was drinking, and I hear this demonic voice come out of his mouth. I passed it off. I didn't recognize it. I thought it was my own head, but he said, "You're on the right path," or something like that. Don't fall back, and it sounded deep and demonic and whatever. I walk down. I sit down at the church, and I realize he's following me. And this is before, and this is what I was at home, and God told me, "Oh, go at the church, sit down at the steps at the church at the end of the street, and an angel will talk to you." and he's just a normal guy wearing, and he's drunk, and he's wearing, I don't know, a coat, and we're talking about life and all that. Um, yeah, I don't remember much of the conversation, but we were just talking about random things and my life situation, his life situation, and I don't want to get too personal. I don't want to say what it is, but it was pretty interesting. Anyway, those are my experiences. God made it known to me that they are around, but they are living their life. But it's like they're here to lead us away from Christ, and that's what I notice about it. And yeah, that's all I have to say about my experience with talking to fallen angels.